It's the Story About a Podcast and music by me. It has some people in it, but I can't count things. And also it's a filter from your favorite show. It's Groupcast, not Groupcast, and I'm Randy Newman.
Randy Newman may or may not be included in the contents of this podcast.
Mark.
And welcome to Groupcast, the show where duck pajamas. Okay, so here today with me, well, first of all, I am your surrogate host, Casey, along with my good friends Riley.
Pants of ducks.
And Ryan.
Ew.
And Kyle Warner.
Well, I'm here and not wearing pants again.
And returning for the umpteenth time, but we like him anyway, Dave. Yeah.
I'm currently doing this podcast with a creeper head on my head.
Alright, that's awesome, actually.
That's commitment to the show right there.
Yeah, we're all about creepers.
Oh yeah.
And head.
All creeper you.
Yeah.
I actually do have a cardboard creeper head over there in the corner of my room, which I am pointing to. I don't know if you can see, but...
Yeah.
I can see it.
Wait.
Because I'm a creeper, but not the kind that you want me to be.
Can't say I've ever really wanted one of those things.
Nah, it's a waste of money in my mind.
Bought it for a Halloween costume.
I know exactly what I'm gonna do for Halloween, though.
I don't.
I do.
I do.
I'm going.
What, your hag thing?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, because I don't have anything else in the house.
What are you gonna do, Kyle?
I'm going to dress up as a hag.
Oh, okay. And you're gonna be like, "Who dares to stop the great and powerful
No, but
rifle
I might be going to do like a 2 a.m. Halloween party, so I feel like it doesn't have to be that creative.
Yeah. Everybody will be drunk
Kyle,
anyway.
I want to borrow your antlers this year.
No, they're for Fairy Fest and Fairy Fest alone. You may not have my antlers.
But for Halloween, I'm going to dress up as Dale from King of the Hill.
Oh,
Yes.
Because I can.
Oh, boy.
Because I can do an impression of him really well. I don't know if I've done it in the presence of
Yes, you
Dave,
have.
but
We gotta have a group chat Halloween party at some point.
well, my family is having a Halloween party, and it's usually the biggest party of the year.
What day is it?
Let me check my
Like,
calendar off
Is
screen.
it a Saturday
here.
or a Sunday?
It's a Saturday. It's the 26th.
Yes. Beautiful. I have fun on Saturdays. I'm coming now.
Cool. You should totally do that. We're probably gonna have a show that day with group chat, provided we're back by then.
Yeah, what the hell's up with that?
You know, that's a good question.
Wes told
Just
me.
things have not worked out.
Wes told me
enough.
that you almost did a show this
He
past
did,
weekend.
and I told him that these guys should just do it, but they didn't.
Well.
Ah.
Either way, it'll come back eventually. It's not the first time this show has been on hiatus, and it's probably not going to be the last. But that's why Groupcast is here, for all of your grapey needs.
I'm going to grape you in the mouth.
Grape you, tie you to the radiator, and grape you in the mouth.
Good thing we bought a movable radiator.
What's that, Dave?
It's a funny story. I'm actually wearing purple right now.
I'm wearing all blue.
So I guess I'm asking for it.
I'm wearing colors.
I bet
We-
Kyle isn't wearing pants right now.
I'm not.
Yep, there you go.
There's grapes
I'd
in
be
my fridge.
surprised if any of us are wearing pants.
I'm wearing pants.
I'm wearing khakis.
I'm wearing jeans for once in a lifetime.
Khakis. Ya know what
Yeah.
I love the most?
God.
Geek
Oh,
beards. That's so hilarious. Have you guys ever heard of that video?
I've heard of it from Game Grumps.
Yeah, exactly. But
I don't exactly know what it is, but I get like this very strange, creepy, sexual vibe from it. For some reason.
yeah,
And it freaks me
it's exactly what you think
That's
it
because
is.
we're very strange, creepy, sexual creatures.
It's a woman who farts on cake.
out.
Somewhat,
Oh,
and you
God.
make her kind of sound like Sarah Palin.
Yeah. You know what I love the most? Cake farts.
Hey,
Really.
Wait, was it ever discovered what the plural form of a moose is?
Moose.
Mooses?
No, it's just moose.
Moosey? A choir group of meese?
It's just moose.
No, we are a choir group of scoots. Shut up.
We are a choir group of scoots.
A group of scoots?
Choir group of scoots.
A choir group of scoots?
Yes.
I almost couldn't say
A
that.
scooter gang doesn't sound girly enough, so we made it a choir group of scoots.
Breaking news from the homestead. My brother texted me and said that he likes tomatoes now. Yay! Okay, moving on. So,
Instead of poking holes in frogs?
yeah, and having his way with them. But that's not the point right now. The point,
It's
the
not?
moral of the story right now is I watched a movie
Wait,
today.
there's a moral to this story?
Yes, don't fuck frogs. Please.
Hallelujah.
Well, there was a stuffed frog.
Mine wasn't.
Whoa, what? Get out of my house.
Remember the time, Riley, when you went camping and had sex with 500 frogs
500 frogs at the same
at
time.
the same time?
I do.
Oh my God,
Except for the
That-
fact that there were frogs that were doing it and I had
think that
no
was the
part
first-
involved.
That was the first episode that Ryan was on. Ryan number 2.
Possibly.
That was episode 20 of Groupcast.
All the frogs.
All the frogs. Anyway, so I'm in a film class, and today I watched the movie The Graduate. Have you guys heard of it?
Nope.
Yes, I have.
Okay. It has
I haven't watched,
What?
I haven't watched it though, but I've heard of it.
It's like the first movie Dustin Hoffman ever starred in. And it it is such an awkward movie. Like the whole way through, it's just awkward.
Yeah.
Is it deliberately awkward?
Yes,
Okay.
but
Are you deliberately awkward?
Sometimes.
if you want the basic plot of the story, it's about a guy that just graduated from college, and dogs are barking.
I'm sorry.
A guy that just recently graduated from college, and one of his neighbors, Mrs. Robinson, wants to have an affair with him. So they do many times.
And that's what it's about?
And Casey,
Yes,
have you seen the Nostalgia Critic thing on that?
I haven't.
That he
I didn't know he did it.
You haven't? He actually did a what the fuck was up with the ending of The Graduate? It's like his most recent video.
Oh yeah. Huh? How about that? And
You see that?
yeah, and we actually did talk about the ending of The Graduate. It's
Yeah,
a movie
what's
from the
your-
1960s, and honestly, there's really no spoilers involved because it's just a movie that doesn't have big plot twists or anything at the end. But at the end, Dustin Hoffman's character Ben goes after the daughter of this Mrs. Robinson person right as she's about to get married. And he's like right at above the church, and he utters that famous line. He's like, "Oh Jesus, God, no!" And he keeps banging on the glass, and she finally she notices him, and they both escape together, and everybody's trying to hold them both back, but he takes a cross from the church and starts beating people with them, to
What?
hold them back off, and so they run out of the church and get on a bus, and
That
what?
really?
Yes, really. And they get
And
they get on the bus, and they're just kind of sitting there. The scene goes on for 10 or 20 seconds longer than it needs to. They're smiling all over the place, and they're really ecstatic, and then they just kind of it's like they weren't aware that the scene was going to take that long, so they're just kind of staring off into space, not looking.
Yeah, the smile slowly disappears.
Yeah, and you just see the bus drive away, and it's over. So we were talking about that in class, and we were the whole point was they're probably not going to stay together or something like that. But yeah, it was a really open-ended ending for a movie. I wouldn't call it bizarre, but it was something.
Yeah.
I did like it though.
Would you recommend it?
Yes. It's just
Yes.
prepare for awkward moments all the time.
Well, that's half of my life. So.
But it's
Pretty much.
if you've ever watched shows like Drake and Josh, where every episode is like one of the or That's So Raven, where like a situation occurs and you like cover your eyes because you're like, oh god, they're in deep shit now. Imagine that, but like an entire movie. But it is good. It's actually really funny. It's the kind of subtle humor that you don't see very much often. So yeah.
We might have sometime.
Yep. It's good. That was
big.
That was the majority of interesting things that happened today. Are you guys still playing that game?
No.
I am not.
Okay, just
Because you told me
I'm
not
just
to.
checking. What were you guys playing
you
earlier
went
anyway?
over.
Share with the class what you were playing earlier.
Terra Online? I played in the beta, but now that it's free, I figured it was worth
Oh, so it's
trying
relatively
again.
new then.
Well, it's like a year.
Oh, really?
It's a dick.
Yeah, because I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Neither have I.
And
You weren't joking. He literally beat at them with a cross.
yes, he did. He just took it off.
And then locked the door with
Yeah,
it.
he just took it off the wall and started hitting them, like
and
fending
then
them
locked
off.
the
Yeah.
door with it and locked them inside of it.
Yep. Oh, that was really funny though. It's like he just grabs it out of nowhere and just starts.
He just jumped on the side of a bus.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Man.
This is impossible. This is
Another thing that's
implausible at all.
interesting about that movie is that the entire soundtrack is made of 4 songs, all of them by Simon and Garfunkel.
Sound of Silence is one of them.
Yep, Sound of
You know
Silence,
that.
Scarborough Fair, Here's to You, Mrs. Robinson, and then there's a song about the months.
Alright.
It only plays once, but yeah. That Song of Silence song has been stuck in my head all day.
I was watching a YouTube video that said that had like some sort of connotation to like a post-Cold War era or something like
Did
that.
it? I have no idea.
No. I don't know. I just vaguely remember watching this video that made a case, and I was like, huh.
Yeah, because I'm not sure exactly if the songs were written for that movie or they were just fit in that movie, and they were just conveniently placed in there. But yeah, it's good, and I don't remember off the top of my head what I'm watching next week, but I'm looking forward to things because as I don't know if I've said it on the show, but I'm gonna watch Pulp Fiction eventually. Because I've actually never seen Pulp Fiction, even though everyone else on GC has. So, there's that.
Kyle, it's okay. Don't kill
It's like
him.
an unspoken rule.
I know. I just haven't gotten around to it. And now I will. Because I don't watch movies very often. So, it's good that we're getting to that then.
You could be like Riley and never watch a movie till you're 13.
Okay, I watched
Because
quite a
your
lot
mom
of
won't
movies.
let you.
You know, that's not true at all.
Care to explain Riley-san?
Well, first off, I don't watch movies. I never grew up in those, like, movie houses.
I grew up on Disney.
I grew up on books.
Yes, books
I
also.
am currently looking at a massive VHS collection of Disney movies.
Yeah, we used to have a
Yeah.
pretty big one too, but...
I'm looking at a VHS player that won't work because my TV is too new.
I'm looking at a bag of chips. Can I be special?
Ooh, what kind of chips?
Lay's Classic.
Never mind. I don't want one
Alright.
anymore.
Game time.
Yes.
The object to your left, directly left to you,
God.
is the object you have to use in order to survive the zombie apocalypse.
knew it!
How fucked are you?
I'm very...
To my
I'm
left?
very fucked.
To your left.
Well, you would be looking at a shiny new version of Excalibur.
Excalibur.
Yeah, Riley has swords in his room.
Excalibur.
Wait. Which object to my left? Because there's
Directly
3
to your
swords,
left.
some darts,
No,
a
directly.
puppet,
The closest one to your left, and mine is Excalibur.
my shillelagh.
Mine
I
is,
don't understand.
mine is a styrofoam dry erase eraser.
Mine is a Blackthorn Irish walking stick from Cold Steel.
Man, I suck right
That's
now.
That's guaranteed to break the crap out of cinder blocks.
Then again, the thing directly next to that is a wall, so I could always fight people with a wall.
Mine is the bottle of Pepsi.
Live defensively.
Dave,
Mine's
how
a
about you?
remote. Yeah.
Fuck. So what you're saying is that Kyle and I are gonna say for that.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Well, no, I'll stick with you and sing that song, Riley.
Because even though Excalibur's it's a replica, it's not an actual sword, this thing is surprisingly good at what it does.
How often have
Well,
you tried to
sitting in a
use
corner.
it?
Being a sword.
I mean, that's a discussion that we'll add right now.
Okay.
Anyway.
When he said it's surprisingly good at what it does, he meant sitting in a corner.
No.
Or sitting on it.
Really good at that too.
I have a feeling that he lopped somebody's arm off with it.
No, it's not that good.
Oh.
I
What
won't.
about hacking? Like
It
sawing?
does draw blood. It does draw blood, but it doesn't lop off arms.
Also, I have
Oh.
some news. It hasn't happened yet, but I've talked about Story War on the show before.
Yes,
But
some of us enjoyed it.
you guys didn't seem to like it as much as Lennon and Rolls and Matt did. But
It wasn't. It's not that it was bad. It was just I don't know.
also, we were all really
very
tired, so that
Yeah.
had something to do with it. But anyway,
So,
any minute now, I'm not exactly sure when, but any minute now, I will be getting emailed the second season of Story War, and they're
Nice.
pretty much completely changing how that's gonna go. Like, it's all the same stuff, like the same way of playing, and all the rules are the same, but the theme, instead of fantasy based, is now like sci-fi and Saturday morning cartoons
okay.
sort of thing.
Oh, nice.
So
it's my bad.
and also, something else awesome that I found out about it is that, so, hold on, let me get out my cards. So, in the game, you have these 3 different types of cards. You have creature cards, place cards, and item cards. There are 25 place cards, and the people who, like, organize everything for the game, the company that made it, have decided to... What is that sound?
Chair.
Oh, okay.
Sound of your doom.
Both of those sound about right. But the places, each place is gonna get its own like song to set the mood and set the atmosphere for the game taking place. And the optional rule for this now is that you have as long as the song takes to come up with arguments and do the whole thing, or not. Dave, next time I'm in the area, we should totally play it with some people.
Yeah, sure.
The game is
Sounds like fun.
the game is so much fun, and I can't praise it
The
enough.
songs that you play, are they like pre-made by like the people who make the game, or are they like actual songs?
They're like, no, they were made by, I think they might be fan made. Like, one of them is made by one of the guys on the team, but he's like asking for submissions or something like that. I don't
Okay.
remember exact. Let me bring up the email that I got, and I will read it. So let's
So
see.
they're not like actual songs made by like performing artists.
No,
and
no,
stuff
they're
like
like they're like instrumental, atmospheric songs.
that. Okay.
If I remember, I'll put a link in this video's description, and it will have a link to that, because they already made one. So let's see. What does it say? The idea is that you could play the correct song for the given battlefield as soon as it's drawn, and let it loop until the battle's over. Each song will try to set a vibe for that battlefield that complement the card's art and text. It should make for a super interesting experience. And people, when the Kickstarter was all happening, they're going to contact the people who submitted the most money to them and ask for submissions from them. So that's how that's going to work. So,
Cool.
actually really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fancy.
Yep. So what's been going on with you guys lately?
Well, I'm apparently living with Riley now.
It feels like it.
Why do you say that?
Ryan has spent what four nights?
Yeah, I think
4 nights at my house. He finally is no longer here, and that's just because I work tomorrow.
Well, I've been
Kyle's only spent 3.
I've been staying the night at least 4 weeks now, or maybe more like 2. 2 weeks at Millersville's house.
I see.
Yeah. So
That guy's a huge faggot.
you could say things are getting pretty serious. That was a bad joke, and I apologize. What else?
Don't worry, man. I was gonna make a pretty bad one with Riley and Ryan.
Where are you now?
They're like, so did you pick out the colors for the baby room yet?
We have. It's going to be magenta.
Of course it is.
Really?
But Riley, I thought you said you don't like magenta. You just like the word magenta.
I know. It's just going to be a white wall with the word magenta written in black all over.
Well, actually, we came to an agreement. The magenta spelled on the wall will be magenta colored.
No.
Well, then that would just make the
agree.
whole room pretty much magenta.
Yes. But not.
It will, but it won't.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't really
Put your red hand in.
I don't really have much to talk about outside of the whole film thing, because the thing with being as a person who lives on campus at a college, you come to realize that every day is exactly the same.
That's probably it.
See, I found people that have a deck that can probably beat Lennon's magic deck.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've talked to people on campus here who play Magic, but I don't have my cards with me. So unfortunately, I can't do
Are
anything
you
about that.
going to bring them?
When I go home again, which, like I said earlier, is not until mid-October.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're making our way there. Only 4 more weeks to go after this one.
Is it Halloween yet?
It's getting there, Dave. It's getting there.
God damn it.
Yeah. Halloween is a big deal around here for some reason.
I want to scare children and offer them my tasty candy.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
You remember, if the van is in
Riley, I
a
don't even know why
rocket,
you're
don't.
complaining. You've never seen me do the hag.
I've driven by as you've done it.
You just don't know.
Explain the hag for us.
Okie dokie. Well, the only holiday that my family actually cares about that doesn't involve massive amounts of eating food that isn't actually specific to that holiday, like Christmas, we usually do lasagna or breakfast or something,
Yeah.
which is really freaking good. But anyway, Halloween's our favorite one because we like to decorate and we get into it, so we do all the fixes. And about 2 years ago, I discovered that I grew out of all of the costumes in my house, but the one that I'd been using for like 5 years, so I wanted to change it. But it pretty much is just this black robe that has this red, like, adornment that goes around the shoulders, and it's called like a shade or something because it has this black face part where you can't see through, but the person who's inside the costume can see out.
Okay.
So I pretty much took that off because it was only Velcroed on, and I put on this like witch's head mask that I found, and then I put the hood back up, and I put on my cape, and I stood outside, like hunched over with a cane, and talked like an old woman, and entice children to go onto my porch and reach into my cauldron for candy until that was the finest brewed candy in all the land.
Wow.
And it would scare the crap out of the children, but the parents would laugh at the children for being scared at this idiot with hairy legs sticking out of the bottom of this wrestling
So.
in sneakers
So
in the snow.
You know, if we were talking about Halloween, that would sound like the beginning of like a Dateline NBC.
Yeah.
Have a seat over there.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Have a seat over there.
My name's Chris.
Seeing as how I live in an adult's town, though, there's not a lot of children,
Yeah.
so they come in like small packs. So between the small packs,
it's
I would
mostly
have
clerics.
to dance for traffic.
And
Yeah, I would have to.
it's mostly clerics and those monks, because
Yep.
Abbottstown is full of.
But during my free
Abbott.
time, I danced for traffic and waved and did the Thriller dance at cops.
So I'm
Yeah,
going to
Brian,
assume then, Kyle, that is your best costume ever that you've ever dressed up into.
My favorite one.
Yeah. What about you, the rest of you guys? What's the best thing you've ever dressed up as for Halloween?
I don't really do
I know
Halloween,
you don't,
and I've
Riley. You
never
don't
really-
count.
So I don't know.
Because you don't enjoy fun in
I
any
just
way.
don't like fun or anything like that.
I love having fun. I just don't have fun the way anyone else does.
Riley enjoys killing people.
I like driving, but for some reason there isn't a national holiday where I can just drive.
Well, apparently
it's what
September
every day,
19th is
just get in your
National
car,
Talk.
turn on the...
Apparently September 19th is National Talk Like a Pirate Day.
It is.
Yeah.
And the only
Oh, yeah.
reason I know that is because...
And we're celebrating it at UNFI.
Are we?
Apparently you're allowed to dress up like a pirate. Talk like a
Oh
pirate.
god.
Yeah,
Can't
see,
say
the
that.
thing,
Yeah,
the
I'm
reason
not.
I know that is because, the mascot for my
what's
college...
that noise?
What is that sound anyway?
Sorry.
It disappeared.
Okay.
It was clicking.
It was a ghost.
Uh-oh.
Dave,
Ah.
was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Kyle, were you playing with a pen?
I was not playing with pen.
Ryan, were you playing with something?
Why does everybody
I was
think I
playing with
play
my
with
dick, if
pens?
that counts.
Stop it.
Jared just
very
messaged me
clicky
and was
today.
like, I forgot again. So, anyway. As I was saying, the only reason that I know when National Talk Like a Pirate Day is because the mascot for my college is the Marauders, which falls under the category of pirate. So, they make a big
It
deal
does.
out of anything pirate-related, which I'm okay with.
It's my dad's favorite holiday.
Alright then. But yeah,
His dad's a pirate.
Nobody but me and Riley understood that joke, and
Yeah.
it's sad.
I know.
But-
His dad talks like
Yeah.
a pirate.
Apparently Riley was talking to my dad on the phone one day, and he decided that my dad sounds like a pirate.
He did. Because before Ryan got the whole, I couldn't remember if it was. I think it was before you got your phone, right?
No, I had my phone.
Or you just never answered it.
I was in the shower, and my dad answered it.
Oh yeah, that was it. Either way,
So,
I was
2
talking
years
to his
ago.
dad. No, yeah, it was a
Yeah,
while.
this was back when we still talked to Joe.
Yeah, this was back before Kyle. Kyle, when did you get your license?
When I turned 18.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure this was before Kyle got his license.
Yeah, it was before it was during the time that my permit was expired and I had to go get a new one.
I think it was before I got my escort. Or was it right after I got my escort?
It was time.
It was.
It was many time ago.
Either way, Ryan's dad's a pirate, and no one can tell me different, because if they try to tell me different, I'll poke them with Excalibur.
Excalibur.
Thank you.
so Dave, did you say what your best costume ever was for Halloween?
Best costume I ever wore was back when I was like maybe 9 or 10. Me and my family went down to Disney World
Yeah.
over Halloween, and they had like kind of trick or treat thing through the park. I dressed up as Austin Powers in that that blue suit
Yeah.
that he has. Dressed up like that. It included like a patch for like chest hair and shit like that. Like really sexy. Best thing ever.
Well, I think Ryan, do you have anything?
Nope, I am in the same boat as Riley.
Okay, because I
Holiday haters.
have both Kyle and Dave beat. But this one kind of doesn't count because it was several people at once. But it had to be to make the joke work. I think it was probably 4 years ago. I think that's about right. For
It was many
Halloween,
times ago.
like a whole bunch of us, none of you were involved in it because I may have known Riley, but I didn't know anyone else then. But the group of friends and I, we all dressed up as nudists on strike. In other words, we kept the regular clothes on, and we made sandwich boards and picket signs.
Nice.
And it was awesome.
Nice.
Like, I bought a whole bunch of poster board, and we all wrote on them, and we just walked around nudists on strike. It was awesome.
So I just realized that the best Halloween costume I've ever had was that one time I was with Ivy giving out candy, and she pinned like this red devil on my shirt.
A red what?
Wow. Devil, like a devil tail.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's, yeah. Doesn't really compare, I'm just saying.
No, but
Pretty bad.
that's the best you can muster up.
Pretty much. Because I don't really count me wearing my kilt as a Halloween costume, because that's
Yeah,
just everyday apparel.
yeah, I was gonna say that's a common occurrence. But yeah.
Wait. You wear a kilt? What?
Where have you been?
Every so often, he'll wear a kilt.
I just have to have a reason.
Because, see, the thing about Riley is he is English, Irish, and Scottish. He hates himself.
Yeah, there's wars battling inside of me all the time. That's why my body's so messed up.
Yeah, that's why you're broken.
Mm-hmm.
Riley, you and my friend
I'm
from
really
college,
close to
Amber,
Scotsman.
would be good friends.
Is it the Amber that added to the group chat?
Yes. She tells me
Okay.
she has broken 22 bones in total, and one of them was from.
You know, I've never actually broken a bone.
I know you just sprain yourself a lot and have to use a cane.
Riley, I cracked the code. That's why you wake up with like scratches on your body in the morning.
Why?
Because
Why are
you're
you
fighting
investigating
yourself.
his body?
Yeah.
But yeah, she told me that once she broke her wrist just by falling off a chair.
Wow. You know, he did that.
But yeah.
She did that at school once.
Wait,
Good
who
times.
did?
Ivy.
Oh, okay. Ivy seems like she would be broken a lot also.
She used to
First
be.
time I met Ivy, she broke herself.
Once we started dating, she stopped hurting herself so much, and I started hurting myself.
The souls of
She,
the
like,
crippled have transferred from her into you.
Are you saying that you have to inflict physical harm upon yourself to make your relationship bearable, Riley?
Kind of hurt. Not kind of hurting ourselves.
Anybody want to play Dr. Phil?
No, but trust
Oh
me.
my god, okay, so one of my professors absolutely despises Dr. Phil and Oprah. He constantly
You blame him?
hates, but it's funny because he's Cuban, so he has that Spanish accent, like, inflection.
Oh, let's not talk about that right now.
Why not?
Because all the Mexicans at work think I'm one of them, and they start speaking Spanish to me all the time.
Yeah, that's actually very hilarious. Well, apparently this guy was born in Florida, but he still has the accent, which is weird.
No, it's just if your parents are from that place and they teach you how to speak, that's how you're going to speak.
Yeah, I guess so.
The accent is rated because you're around other people who not necessarily talk like that. However,
You still have a
still
base.
there.
But yeah,
Because your primary teachers are from that place.
but it's funny because every day I'm in his class, he will find some way to bring up the fact that Oprah and Dr. Phil are completely fake people and need to go to jail.
Yes.
It's just funny. Like, I agree with him on most of those things, but it's just funny.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Thank you, Neutral Planet.
I'm secondary member of Neutral Planet.
Yes.
It's the planet of we don't give a damn.
Well, they wouldn't say that. They just
I
think...
wonder if they still have the likes and the dislikes balanced on that video on YouTube.
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to
I
look
gotta
that
check
up.
that shit.
Yeah. Somebody check that because I'm recording and can't really do that.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I think I posted it on group chat like last week, and he was talking about soccer moms, and he was like, soccer moms are to be avoided more, or like, are supposed to be avoided more than the harpies of Greek mythology. Yeah, distraction.
Thank you, truck that clarifies
it's
things.
still balanced.
Wow, that's awesome. How many likes and dislikes is that?
1 second, let me pull it back up.
Yeah.
It was like, it's 114,393 likes and dislikes.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other thing he was talking about, I think just last Thursday, he was like, you know, what is it with women in tubs? You always see women going into houses they want to buy and be like, oh, does it have a tub? Let's buy it. What is it with women in tubs? I just thought that was fun.
Cricket.
Cricket.
How about that airline food?
How about them
What's
bees?
the deal with that?
There's a severe lack of bees bees in this Skype call.
What's
No.
the deal with tubs and bees? Oh my god, in our upcoming channel multiplayer, Lennon and I had a conversation about why they chose Jerry Seinfeld to be in Bee Movie. Like, did they just look up Bee Funny and, like, on Google, and they found that picture where it's got Jerry Seinfeld, his eyes are facing different directions, he's going, bees! But, yeah.
You know, that's a great question. I wonder why he was picked for that.
And apparently there is actually a scene where he's like on a cardboard box and he's got like a mini microphone in his hand. He's like doing his stand up like he would do at the end of an episode of Seinfeld. And he's just like, what's the deal with bees? Or something like that. Like we were talking about that show. About that movie, like that was actually, it would be hilarious if that happened, and it actually did happen in that movie.
Don't you just love moments like that?
It was great.
Nah.
Nah.
Like, that's been happening to me a lot lately. Like, it's funny because I'll watch, like, a YouTube video every once in a while, and they'll reference something that I have no idea what and I'll watch another one maybe like 3 or 4 hours later that somehow explains that and thus makes everything a whole lot funnier and makes me feel like my life is being controlled by somebody
Do you have
outside
an
of
example? If you don't, that's fine. I have something else. Riley, did you ever see... It was a different thing I posted on group chat. It was a bluegrass version of Enter Sandman by Metallica.
Yes.
Did you see that?
Iron Horse is awesome.
Okay, so you have heard of them.
Oh, yes.
I kind of figured you had, because you know about everything.
No, I just love bluegrass, but I do appreciate that you posting that.
I put that on there for... It was actually awesome. I'm not as much of a fan of bluegrass as I used to be, but I found that video particularly awesome.
I will say I haven't heard that song by them, though.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
So, yeah. I've heard some of their other stuff, but they're awesome.
Yes, they are. I would agree with that. I don't know what it is about... I personally think that bluegrass is better than, like, modern country.
Yes.
And the only reason I say that is because it sounds more authentic. Like, country is akin to pop to me.
Thank you.
I can't stand country, but I love bluegrass.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I will say, I'll make an exception to that. Willie Nelson. I don't know if he's considered bluegrass or not, but
No, he's not.
I fucking love
The exception
He's
for
country.
me is Rascal Flatts, because Rascal Flatts is like a rock band to me.
Yeah, they're not really bluegrass. They're supposedly actually bluegrass.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I heard somewhere that they used to be one. Like, used to be.
They used to be. But, yeah.
Woof. Kyle recently learned
Kyle?
to speak dog.
Yeah.
He's getting fairly good at it, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be okay, Kyle.
That ambulance. I'm sure that ambulance did not mean you any harm.
it.
Amber lamps.
Amber lamps.
Whoa, Black Betty.
Riley, I've learned recently that you are able to say words better. Can you say ambulance?
Ambulance?
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
Not bad.
Obviously, there's that whole linguistic theory, or
Yeah, or
ideology.
if you say it with the intent.
Yeah. Like if I were to say chair and mean desk, that would be correct.
Yes.
Okay, so if I were to say bubble wrap, then I can use this bubble wrap.
No.
That sounded like a gun, almost.
Bomb threat.
Oh, shit.
Now that we have some listeners, listening from the NSA, how are you guys doing?
Welcome to Groupcast.
They're always listening.
Yeah, but they pay more attention when you have bomb threat.
They're trying to take away our freedom and our gerbs.
They're turking our gerbs?
They're taking gerbs.
They're taking our scooters away from our local
Dirk on my
Walmart.
curb.
All us fat people are gonna have to walk and stuff.
That's pretty good. Boy.
What you mean pretty good? It's worse. I got diabetes in both my feet. You think I can walk? How am I supposed to get to them Kit Kats at the end of aisle 3 now, boy?
One of Kyle's many alter egos.
I'll have to
Wilfred Wimley.
substitute them for them thins at the front row of the Girl Scouts. I'll just murder them all, because I have the freedom to bear arms. And when I mean bear arms, I mean I walk into Walmart with a bazooka. I can barely carry it because I'm fat and I got diabetes in my fingers.
Diabetes.
See, this is why Kyle would be excellent on if we ever do another Who's Cast Is It Anyway, which I think we should, because that was really fun. Last time we did that.
Oh, fuck.
Except, I recently watched it again, and Riley, you're a dick.
I am a dick, but I don't.
You're
I
a
don't-
dick because when we did the questions only game, all you were doing was just repeating everybody else's questions.
Have you ever talked to me before?
Have you ever talked to me before?
I have talked to me before, but have you?
You know what it's like to have diabetes.
Do you
I
know
do.
what it's like to have diabetes?
Yes.
You know where I can find some Thin Mints and Kit Kats?
Do you know where you can find some Thin Mints? Possibly some Kit Kats too.
There you see
Yes.
is the descent of man. Right there, in those last few sentences.
Those last few sensors.
It's like staring into a black hole. Everything's just getting sucked in.
And now for our
Exactly.
momentary black hole moment. That was our momentary black hole moment.
I'm pretty sure entropy was just a concept made up by depressed scientists.
I think your concept made the.
You guys know what entropy is, right?
Ukuleles.
In the black holes?
Basically, everything in the universe is destined to just die and exist into nothingness.
That's how everything works.
Yeah.
This is getting too depressing. So
Quickly, think about puppies.
somebody,
I don't like puppies.
change it up.
Shut
Think
up,
about
Ryan.
kittens.
I don't like cats.
Think about baby lizards.
Fuck that.
Riley, is there anything you actually like?
Hypoallergenic bunnies.
No, I'm just gonna think about like cars and weapons.
Think
Think about the demise of everyone you hate.
Okay.
There you go. That was a supremely high-pitched, far too giddy voice for
Okay.
you to be at that moment. Okay.
Okay. Are you guys okay with this?
Slight voice crack.
No. Maybe. You're not my baby.
ball.
You're not.
Doodle-dip.
Hey guys, do you want to go to the movies?
That's still funny.
Oh god.
I forget what the concept was, but it was still funny.
I can't remember.
Going through puberty.
Yeah, it was something about going through puberty.
Hey guys, want to go to the movies?
Was that
So-
possibly a Family Guy joke?
The
No,
Family Guy
that was
joke is-
No, it was something on group chat.
Ball.
Cast.
Sorry, I'm
Group
from
cast chat.
Asheville.
So, I watched Nostalgia Critics thing about DuckTales.
How does that
And the thing that really stuck out to me is he was talking about like I don't remember who it was, but somebody in the show said duck pajamas.
Duck pajamas. Oh,
Duck
I
pajamas.
remember that part.
And he was like that is the best swear ever. If I ever have the chance to swear again, I will definitely say duck pajamas.
Oh. Speaking of ducks,
And pajamas.
And pajamas. Yes.
have you seen the Howard the Duck review?
No, but I do know how creepy that movie is.
The first couple minutes. of that
Animatronic
movie-
duck tits.
Yeah, you already knew where the joke was going. Damn it.
Oh, really?
Woo! Yeah, it's like, ugh. It's like a furry's wet dream.
Oh,
Ugh.
ew.
This is taking a dark turn.
I don't. One of those furries is one of those things that I just don't understand.
You want to know what scares me worse than that? Furbies.
What?
Oh god.
Furbies?
Dude, I locked mine in
I
the
just-
closet.
Furbies are the scariest shit on the face of the planet.
It kept, like, it would be like 2 o'clock in the morning and that fucking thing would just start talking. And I was just like, nope.
My dad put a practical joke on a coworker of his. He put 2 of them in his desk drawer.
And they start talking to each other. Stephen King, work on something that has to do with Furbies now.
Make sure
Remake
it
the
takes place
Gremlin
in
movies.
Maine.
Furbies?
Furbies invade Maine.
Yes, because that's the only place.
You know they're remaking the Furbies now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Furby's Zoom, is it? No.
Did
They
they ever
got-
stop?
They got like digital eyes and shit.
Actually, yeah, they stopped. Well, no, they're remaking them again with even more stuff, not just digital.
They have laser eyes.
Yeah. That's,
Furbies killed our comedian.
It's gonna be like the Terminator movies, but with Furbies. It's gonna be fucking fantastic.
Come with me if you want to live.
Furby.
No, you see them on the road, and they're like,
Come with me if you want to live.
Oh god. Yeah, too well.
"You're welcome."
no, you're welcome.
So I gotta say-
You're
I gotta
welcome.
say something.
Downstairs.
I don't care.
What was that?
That was a family member in my house.
Oh, okay, I don't have any family
That was
members
my
in my
sister.
house because I'm in a
Hi,
room.
sister. I don't know you.
I'm in a room.
Kyle,
With
can you
nobody-
tell him I said hi?
Yeah.
I tried to say hi to her, but she just walked away because Kyle didn't repeat it.
You have to admit, though, the idea of Furbies is pretty ingenious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, like, for example, one of the things that I think is really cool about it is that it makes the illusion that it's learning from you.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you first get it and you first turn it on, it speaks pretty much gibberish, and but it starts to learn, or in air quotes, learn.
Has like a timer or some shit like that. Where
Yeah,
it starts to-
yeah, something like that, and it'll
Yeah.
just like hop into certain phases and just keep
Right.
going. But yeah, I think it's pretty ingenious, to be
Pretty
quite
ingenious,
honest.
but very fucking creepy. Especially when it's
Yeah, if they
2 o'clock in the
didn't
morning.
make it, if they didn't give him those creepy eyes,
Yeah.
it would probably be a lot, like if they were a little bit more cartoony eyed.
Telling you, Candy Valley.
Ever since I saw Gremlins, I thought that the Furbies were like the evil Gremlins just waiting to eat food after midnight.
Oh
So
yeah,
it scared the crap out of me.
yeah. I think I've seen like.
Dang it,
bits and
Gizmo,
pieces
why
of
did you
that.
have to get wet?
What?
Everything could have been
Yeah.
everything could have been prevented if Gizmo stayed dry.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces of that movie.
Okay, well here's a quick summary. The entire movie Gremlins is based off of one Mogwai. Mogwai is the first form of a gremlin. If you get water on it, it multiplies. The first gremlin's name, or the first Mogwai's name was Gizmo. It gets wet in the movie, then there's more of them. They end up messing with the one guy's clock so that he doesn't think it's past 12 o'clock, and he feeds them chicken, and they turn into gremlins and destroy the world.
Sounds about right. Cool.
In the second movie, Gizmo turns into Rambo, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard Gremlins 2 is a terrible movie.
It's a terrible movie, but it's hilarious because Gizmo goes Rambo.
So, what do you guys think is the worst movie of all time? I'm pretty sure, Dave, before you say it, I'm pretty sure you're gonna say The Room.
And I don't know. When it comes to the worst movie ever made, at least The Room
Okay.
has the so bad. It's fun to have like everybody around and make fun of it. Sort of.
Yeah.
Kind of like Asylum
I
movies.
vote in
Yeah.
the movie I hate the most.
Yeah, the Asylum is a
Terrible.
thing that you don't want to be anywhere near.
I don't know, the worst movie ever.
Ginger Dead Man. It's pretty damn hard.
I'm gonna say possibly Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
Planet Terror.
Yeah. Just because it's fucking.
Lennon once told me about a movie called Pinata Survival Island.
What?
Is exactly what you think it is. It's a bunch of dumbass kids who go on vacation on an island, and they mess up some sort of giant idol thing, and piñatas come and kill them.
On that note, Birdemic, Shock and Terror.
Birdemic.
Yeah, I don't even think that should count.
Birdemic.
That movie,
I still think it was
that
made to
movie
be
is
horrible.
hardly a movie.
It was made to be horrible.
Probably, yeah.
It was
No,
a
it
porno
was.
where nobody ever had sex.
That's like that movie reminds me of the CDO game Plumbers Don't Wear Ties.
Oh,
God.
my
It was
God. Let's start with you.
It was a game showcased on
Let's go.
Angry Video Game Nerd, and it is probably the worst looking. It's hardly even a game.
It's... Oh, man. It's like a...
It's
It's like an interactive slideshow almost with...
pretty much, and then just random like bits and like someone went on to Microsoft Paint and decided to just screw around with it,
Right, yeah.
or like one of those like child-friendly Photoshops where they have like the different stickers you put on
Kid
pictures.
pics, man.
Yeah, kid pics,
Kid
exactly.
pics.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if anyone knew about it.
I knew about it because my grandma had that. And
I,
on a computer back in the day.
When I was in elementary school, we had to use that for computer class at least once a year. So yeah, that was.
That's somebody. Jesus.
It's funny because the majority of my elementary school career was all based around Macs, and I'd never like at school I would use Macintosh computers, and at home I would use Windows computers.
That is the exact same thing with me, but whenever I went to my grandma, it was a Mac, and we had a PC, and I played Mr. Potato Head, Save Veggie Valley.
The
I
one
remember
game
the
I-
days of floppy disk.
Farm remembers.
Back when they were actually floppy, or when they were actually hard.
Both.
Pepperidge Farm remembers. Pepperidge Farm remembers the day the young mother of a whore put floppy disks into my PC.
Oh God. But yeah, the one game I remember loving the most as a child that I can't find anywhere else. It only exists in memory in a few videos on YouTube. It's
Pepperidge
this game
Farm.
called not Pepperidge Farm. It's called there's actually two of them that nobody knows about. There's one called Treasure Cove. Has anybody heard of that? It was a point and click game for like early childhood on the computer.
Yes, I do. I think I do.
Have you?
Yes.
It's got the really like calypso-y jazzy tune. It's got
Yes, yes, I vaguely remember playing that. Yeah.
Any, whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, that game was fun as hell. And I never beat it.
Yes. Well,
I never beat it because there were like it felt like there were at least 50 treasures you had to beat or collect or whatever.
Right. What was the other game?
But there was that game, and then there was also a game called Logical Journey with the Zoombinis.
That
Anybody heard of
I
that?
feel like I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
That game is fun as fuck.
I think you
and
may have talked about it before.
I actually have a copy of the game, but you can only play it on Windows XP or back.
What is it? A disc or a floppy?
It's I think it's always been a disc. It may have, or it may have been a floppy. I don't know.
Because I have Windows
But-
XPs.
I used to, but I don't anymore, so I can't really play it. But if I could ever find like an emulator of or something
Like
on it,
almost like a-
I actually feel
Wait,
like
is it playable in DOSBox?
I have no idea. I don't know what that is.
It runs MS-DOS, essentially Windows 95.
Right.
I will have to look that up.
Yeah.
But anyway, Logical Journey is so awesome and so original. Basically, the premise of the game is that there's these creatures called the Zoombinis. They're blue balls of stuff, and they have like they're all different because they have it. When you start off the game, you can create them, and they have like different combinations of hats, eyes, noses, feet, and hair.
Ooh, oh. Before you continue, Casey, I have
Yeah.
a game from my childhood that I want to bring up after you are done with your story.
Okay. Yeah. But anyway, basically, there's these pirate people called the Bloats who take over their island, so they go on a journey to find a new place to live. And it's awesome because each one of the places you stop at is like a different logic puzzle. Like there's one, like the premise of the game is that you have the Zoombinis and basically you're organizing them into different ways and different styles. Like for example, there's one called the Allergic Cliffs, where you have to, there's 2 bridges, and you have to, like, there's one key difference that, like, certain Zumbinis can go across one bridge, and the other kind have to go on the other bridge, because otherwise the cliffs will literally sneeze them off the bridge.
Achoo.
But the most memorable one of all of the puzzles is one where they go into a cave and they meet Arno, the almost omnivorous pizza troll.
That sounds trippy as fuck.
That is messed up.
He looks like a tree trunk, but you have to make pizza for him. And he'll basically just tell you either something on that I don't like, or he'll tell you to put more toppings on it, and once you figure out the right combination of toppings and stuff, he'll eat it, and he'll be like, thank you, and he'll like jump up on a rock and be like, have a pizza party! But it's fun as fuck, and if I can find it, I will definitely play it again, and it's awesome.
Well,
Anyway, Dave, go on with what you were saying.
one of the best games that, and this, I played this game recently, and it still holds up today. It's freaking amazing how it does.
Yes.
Is Jumpstart. There's a series of games called Jumpstart. I don't know if anybody's familiar.
Yes?
Yeah, I actually just
I
bought
think
one
I know
for
which
my
one you're
nephew.
talking.
4th grade.
Okay, go on. 4th grade.
Jumpstart.
Okay, 'cause
4th grade. This robot named Botley. And
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. I love that
Jesus
game.
Christ, that game still holds up today.
That
I
game
swear
is
to God.
that game is also fun as fuck.
It-
I used to. That's the one where you have to save all the robots.
You have to
on
go
the
back
bus,
in time
right?
because the genius's daughter, the genius is the guy who built this robot. This genius's
Polly.
daughter is a fucking asshole. So
Yeah.
he sends back these robots back in time because she fucked up on a test, and she sent them
Yeah.
back in time that way she could change the answers. That way they would be right in history. And
Yeah, that game is awesome.
you gotta go, there's like multiple mini games on all these different floors that are sort of different every single time you go in. You have to
Yeah.
earn enough points, and that will take you to this time machine, where if you
Yeah.
get all these clues together that you get, all the mini games and stuff like that. Well,
Yeah, and you have to answer like trivia questions and stuff.
right. My God, I fucking love that game.
Yeah.
It-
There's another Jumpstart game that I can't remember what it was called. It might have been a 4th grade Jumpstart, but I can't remember. All I remember is that it was like these 2 kids and this like yellow rectangular robot, like with only eyes, and it didn't like have any other features on it other than the eyes. And it was just this floating cube. And they went into like this underground cavern of some sort that was like Mayan based, and there were a whole bunch of puzzles that you had to solve, and you had to go up these steps.
Huh.
Like after you solved the puzzles, you got something, and you could put them in the steps, and you could keep going higher, and then you had to go back down and solve more puzzles. And it was so cool, and I can't remember what it's called, but it was so awesome. I'm fairly certain it was a Jumpstart game though.
Well, the only 2 that I remember are the 4th grade and 1st grade. Don't even start with me. I was fucking terrified of that thing when I was a kid. Oh my God. Oh. But
Yes.
yeah, those are the only 2 that I remember.
Yeah.
I think those are the only 2 I ever played. So
But yeah, I really wish I could remember that other game, that other Jumpstart game, because I can't, for the life of me, remember what it is.
was it third grade or maybe fifth grade? I don't know.
I don't know. It might have been
I
third grade.
only played preschool and kindergarten. I
What
got
was that one like?
they were kind of weird. I got my nephew advanced Jumpstart or whatever it's called. Kindergarten. So, like it teaches them.
See,
math and
that was the way to teach kids about
You're
stuff.
correct.
Like there's those leapfrog games where they just sell out to different like popular
Yeah.
kids stuff.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think that's dumb.
Shit like Oregon
But-
Trail is stuff that you gotta teach them. Like,
I think I only played Oregon Trail once, and it was like Oregon Trail 4 or something like that.
Hmm.
Like I never played the original one or anything.
I played the original one in like maybe like first or second grade or something like that. Whenever they normally introduced
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
And
you have died of dysentery.
exactly. And I ended up getting an iPhone app that had it on there.
That's
I
cool.
played it a couple
The only
times.
thing I remember about that was really fun about Oregon Trail, or at least the one that I remember playing, because whenever we had indoor recess, like that was the game that
Right.
you would play.
Right.
Because like whenever you went on the hunting part, like if you saw a bear and you were able to take it down, everybody was like, "Oh my god, you took down a fucking bear!"
Right.
I
yeah.
think I still have it somewhere.
But yeah,
What,
that
Oregon Trail?
Zoomini game.
Okay.
If I can somehow find a way, like, to emulate it or something, I will show you all how awesome it is, and you'll all love it.
Well, do you have the
honestly.
disc of Zoombinis or whatever?
Yeah,
Because I
no,
have, like I said, multiple Windows XP computers and a Windows 98.
Damn.
Yeah.
Cool.
if I remember, then I will definitely bring it down sometime and show you guys,
Okay.
because that game is so freaking fun.
Right.
But anyway, we are coming up on that time, so we're going to have to end off the show now.
Me in.
Yeah, I know. It just flew by, didn't it?
Mm.
Indeed.
Anyway. So, for Riley,
Duck pants. Apparently.
duck pajamas.
Still don't, they still means pants. It's confusing.
Yeah, pretty much. Ryan,
Dick stitches.
Kyle,
He's currently taking out dogs.
okay, and Dave.
I'm no longer wearing my creeper head. So,
Aw.
sorry.
I am your surrogate host, Casey. You're welcome, Internet.
No.